Little bits of information about the history of Stirling. So it's a kind of a nice place. You can walk all the way or you can cycle paths. I think they're planning to connect it all up to Bridge of Allen, particularly for the students, so they can cycle into the town from the university. Well, it's a lovely morning. It's really, really beautiful. It's very warm in the sunshine, and we've also got a good breeze for the flags. So it's all a bit of a perfect day really for us once again. Surprisingly, this happens quite often for us. So this is the indie bikers who've parked up here. They've come from all over. There's a sticker from Yes Argyll, so let's assume they've come all the way from Argyll for this today. So they meet up from all different parts of Scotland. Royal Enfield, wow. It's impressive. There's a Jam Tarts fan. I used to be a Jam Tarts fan myself. So obviously as they're travelling here they meet up and then it becomes a convoy of bikes and a ride out, and all the flags are flying. It's a really impressive sight for people who are on the roads this morning to see, and it makes no mistake what they're about. We're about an independence for Scotland. A very nice smell coming out of Baines and Bakers. I want to desist. Getting a good trade this morning. So it's an amazing event. People take a lot of time to put this together, and so many people turning up to support it. It's actually amazing. And the atmosphere already is starting to be feeling really, really good, and I could hear the pipes before I even got round the corner, so that was really nice. So yeah, so we're basically just waiting for everybody to arrive, and it will kick off at 11 o'clock. So the All Under One banner team have put this together as a march which is for independence and also to underscore our right to decide. Because at the moment the Labour Party and the Tories are saying that there's no interest in independence, they're not going to allow it, and it's an absolute disgrace. Basically they're just denying Scottish democracy. So in a way we've never actually had proper democracy. That's the attitude. We have to get permission from England, from London, in order for us to decide what we want for our future. And obviously what happened with Brexit, the 62% of people decided that they wanted to remain in the EU, and that was completely ignored. So the nation of Scotland was completely ignored.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Still have to.
Sorry, what's your name?
Gemma, wee Gem.
Hi, Gemma.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Dad.
Yeah. And yourself?
Yeah. Mari.
Nice to meet you.
I haven't. Oh, I think I did one sideways video.
Oh, everyone does one of those.
So I left. I mean, the other person.
Well, see you next time. Enjoy yourself, honey. People selling badges and flags. There's the Wallace Monument in the distance. You see the monument a bit better now? Hello, hello. Lovely view over the edge of the bridge. Some Palestinian flags. Look at that beauty. So there's people arriving. More and more people. We're about to set off. We're starting at 11. Look at that, it's looking good. There's Derek's flag, the tallest one with the silver on the top. Hello, 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 how are you? Good. Thank you. Oh, look who this is.
We're ready, move on.
He's actually got the song words.
Do a countdown for 10.
You're going to give me a blank one.
9, 8,
Okay, good luck.
5,
4, 3.
2, 1. Let's go.
Yay! There's Wendy at the front. Hello, you?
I'm alright, how's the house, alright?
Good, good, good. Hello, you. Mwah.
Freedom.
Hello, well done, lads. Hello.
Hello, missus. You're speaking to me today.
Hello, hello, hello.
Sample it.
Looking good, sir. Hello. Very good. Hello. bags. Awesome. And there's Jason. We'll see you. You going straight to the end? Champion! They have to set up and do sound checks and all.
I've got a message on my phone that says share to group. Just leave it there, right? Don't touch it.
Yeah, it's fine. Good t-shirt there.
I don't know why I'm smoking and walking at the same time.
Did you get the words?
Alright, very good. I know the chorus, so that's all you know.
And I got my t-shirt, look. Independence Live, telling Scotland's story. Sorry, Jason. Loving the shorts.
Hey, how
I love the shorts.
Thanks, how are you?
I need some of those. I'm alive.
Solar panels on top of the castle. If it was up to the greens, it would. I know, yeah.
Can I sneak through here, guys?
Yes, same as us. And we could never beat them.
Can I sneak in front of you?
Good quality
Well done.
Till there's nothing left to hold except the rolling ocean, and I am ready for the storm. Yes, I'm ready. I am ready for the storm. Ready for the storm.
Keep up, keep up.
There's the march already away up the hill. I'm just going to show you. There we go. public procession. That's us. All under one banner studying freedom. The Scotland Channel.
First and last and always. That's why we exist. So it's great that people are here from all points of the compass, but we need to unite the clans and unite behind the SNP at this election.
We do, yes, and thanks very much. So I'm just filming this is for Independence Live. So we've got a few live streams. We've also got a drone going on this morning as well.
Brilliant.
So if you want to watch that later. But anyway, really nice to see you, and I'll probably catch you at some point during the campaign.
Certainly will.
Okay, well, best of luck. Okay.
Best of luck to you as well. To all of
So
us.
don't get killed on the road here.
Yes, don't do that.
Right, thank you. See you later. See you later. So that was Alan Smith. He was the MEP for Scotland for a wee while. I don't know if you remember. I'm not sure how I'm going to get across here. Kind of screwed it up a wee bit.
The spirit is strong in Scotland.
You're in the wrong aisle, which is not a good look. But then this guy is a wee piper
Smile for the camera. Hello, Skelly. Sorry, I'm sneaking behind you. Independence. Oh. Little kids waving from the windows.
Make poverty history. We shouldn't have poverty in Scotland, should we? Alright, Hugh.
What do we want? Independence. What do we want? No. What do we want? Independence. What do we want? No. Tory, Tory, Tory. Labour, Labour, Labour.
Well done, Joseph.
I think I've got last long as then.
No, I know. It's your duty to come back with any voice. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Any idea of numbers, Wendy?
No, sure. Aye, definitely a couple of thousand so far. So I say it's just the start. Another wee banner here. Independence to end pension poverty. As I say, we shouldn't have poverty in Scotland. But until we're independent, we always will. Good. Alrighty. Ah, there's the End London Rail banner. The original one would be nice, but what can we do? At least we got another one. Let's just see who else is here. If you see anybody you know, tag them and like and share the video. In fact, don't like the video, love the video. See your fellow patriots at the day. It's absolutely roasting. Hiya. Alright, Jason. See anybody you know, tag them in the video and love and share the video.
Get the job done. What do we want?
Independence!
When do we want that?
Now!
What do we want?
Independence!
When do we want that? What do we want?
Independence!
When do we want that?
Hello.
Who we getting at the back there? Right, we're going to see it go.
Da-da-da-da! Fuck the Tories! Da-da-da-da!
People waiting to join us in the street.
And your right, Tory Lucky.
It's Fubar. Some of you might have heard of Fubar. It's a club. Independence!
Yes, stop for a second
No! Independence! Yesterday! So the mood for independence is strong. I think that's Teen Halliday and Z. You're managing there, Dean. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You still got yours, huh? Thank you very much.
I never wrote it.
Yeah. You sure you can manage? Okay. Nice to see you, lad. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Alright, Jean just gave me a really cool Palestinian scarf. That's cool.
Even Doctor Who can't even.
Need bubbles, I'm afraid. See you up there.
Okay. Hey, Ziggy.
I'm just going to go up here and climb up here. Sorry. Paddy, are ready for?
I know, Reggie. Is that the first one?
No. Show you where we are, folks. You see anybody you know, tag them and love and share the video. See them, do you know? Tag them, like and share the video.
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
Agree.
I have to try and move it a bit.
I can't hear the radio. Are we keeping them left?
I keep them in No, it's alright. Keep in. No, keep into that side. Hiya. Hello. Dino. Hello. You're 18. Wow. That was brilliant there. You right, John? Alright, Ken? Good day down here, good numbers. You see anybody you know, tag them. And love React. How can you not love React, the Scottish independence people? And share the video. The Patriots. Though there's people here obviously that can't be here. And they've got other things planned. It's a busy time. So it is, got the general election coming up. But we're here. All under one banner, together. United. Independence is all that matters. Everything else comes second. So if you see anybody you know, tag them and love React the video, obviously, and share. Hope you are all enjoying watching. Sorry it's not a professional BBC cameraman here. They couldn't afford to pay me, I wouldn't work for them. Anyway, let's get up and see what the band's up to. Sorry about the wind, there's nothing I can do to prevent that. I was just coming to say to you, wave to that wee lassie at the window. Woo! A wee cutie sitting there. After all, it's the kids we're doing this for, isn't it? You're a good boy, so you're helping.
How long's the leg?
Oh, don't you start. Are we there yet? Joseph, are we there yet? Oh, is he getting hungry? You better not be sneaking biscuits at your pocket today. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
I know what it said to get like a sandwich.
They not get you nothing, son. They'll get you something, I'm sure.
Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, just before the DVLA thing, so it's fine. We're just for the police bikes, that's perfect. Yeah, that's fantastic. It just keeps your entrances clear. I'm quite loud in the bike, and that's cool. Okay,
We'll be stopping in about a minute or so, okay, guys?
How come you're not heavy breathing, How come you're not heavy breathing,
I'll just find it well.
It was
problem.
What again?
No, I'm fine, I'm ready. My age is Mr. Skinner.
Stopping for a wee bit to let the back catch up. You see anybody you know? Tag them and share the video. You're in lucky. You're safe. All our fabrics in this I've caught everything.
That's Charlie gone.
Look for a bin. See one up there.
Aye, there'll be. Aye, grab the bus stop. Aye.
And we all enjoying ourselves!
Aye!
Out!
Joseph!
Out!
What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What do we want?
Now!
What do we
People
want?
waving to us here up on the balcony.
What do we want?
Now! Whiskey! Smile for the camera.
How you bearing up, Graham? How old are you? 16. Where is it you stayed? You stay here?
No.
Where is
Independence
it?
Day and pension of poverty. Yes.
Sorry, did I put you in
Let
the spot?
someone else.
Sorry. Alright, cool. Is this your mum? Cool. As you notice, it's a it's nice to see you and it's great to have you. He's alive and they all under one banner page.
Sorry, you're dead. I'm done with another.
Because I know you're over there.
Just so you know.
Remember, I didn't recognise you. With your other clothes on. 57. You're only. I'm 53, I think. 67. Are you? Really?
Thank you, really. Thank you.
I know it's how many knees, but no, you're not 53. I'll forgive these. I'll see you later. Good guys there.
the fat salsa you've got? Where did you get that from?
Tag them in the video.
It's fantastic,
Like
I
and share
love
the
it.
video, please.
So salsa with blue tarts on it, looks absolutely brilliant. Loving that. How far to the end, Derek? How far are we to the end? I'm going. After Ares sings a song, I'm going to have a nice kip.
How's the lungs today?
I forgot to bring my oxygen bottle.
Oh man, it's a bit close today as well.
Yay!
Derek with his big flagpole.
Hello! Good.
Hi Morag.
Good on you.
I hope you are enjoying the live stream. Please tag anybody you know and like and share the video, that'd be great. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. Everybody's got smiles on their faces here, even the wee doggies. You alright, Colin?
People sneaking up into the shop.
Oh, hello there. You alright? Not seen you for a while. I know, found you not. Hiya. Oh, hello there, gents. Nice to see you. I've got the Salvo South Ayrshire branch here. They had a successful opening last week, so they did.
Yay! Champion! Well done, lad.
Shorsen, isn't it? You knackered?
Oh yeah.
Flagpole and the banner.
Oh yeah.
See anybody you know? Tag and share the videos. Alright, Alex? Lots of people I know. Lots of doing hiya. Hiya. There's Reg at the back. A wee bit of Bob Marley. Andrew, I'm not say you're right, Paul.
It's cool, you can see
About an
the
hour and a half
march
to
in
the
the windows.
left. I can't look at the time because I can't really see my screen, to be honest with you. But about an hour and a half from we left off. So a shorter route this time. There's that woman with the amazing voice again. Are you alright?
I'm good.
little flag handed to somebody along the way.
Hopefully we'll see you in there then, Andrew. It's quite knackering this. There's Phil and Freedom Tracy. Hello,
You're beautiful golden
guys.
guys.
Oh God, probably got copyright with this.
Indie tribe. All we want is independence. Oh.
Nice wee indie doggy there.
I heard you singing.
Wij krijgen alles. Gewoon even toe.
You managing, missus? Can I jump in?
Out.
Everyone is here. Passionate.
Same old
Independence
story.
activists.
Oh, he's loving it.
It's nothing better. See when you're live streaming, when you're looking at it, to the front, it's all coming back. You see all the
Freedom!
beautiful salt fires and all these beautiful people.
You look brilliant.
Hiya!
Come along to the Bannockburn field. Yeah!
It's good going through the streets where people live.
Do you need a
Making a
break?
noise and they get up and look at their window and they grab their jacket and they're like, what am I missing? And they dive it and join us. It's great to see folk though. Hey, this fella stunning at the end of his drive.
Look at all these roses and
Coming.
hollyhocks.
Great.
Everyone's gardens are in full bloom.
get everybody coming in. You saying hello? Hiya! What do we want? Yay! You're right, Simon. Scotland will rise again. Scotland's never going on its knees, that's for sure. We're never going back in our box. No matter what happens. A wee cul-de-sac bit.
Are you happy now?
Buggy's a bit. Caramac flavour. No, I'm kidding, you keep it, son.
This gold million's wafer.
Well, I love a gold bar. Chocolate ones.
Here we go, here we go. Fantastic. I'm dead.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Linda. Hi, Paul. Just going through the wee screen here. It's actually nice and cool. Hiya. You can join us if you like.
You need a flag? Gave him the little salt tire. There we go, there it is.
Send me, you know. Tag you, share the video.
Brilliant, lad. Wonderful, guys.
Not going somewhere.
Anyway, coming into the field now, if I'm not mistaken. Final stretch. Yay! Well done, Les. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Hiya.
I'm pleased that was you. Yeah. Exactly. How you doing? I thought I was near the front of the mosque and I'm actually near the back. I was walking.
Oh, hello again, John.
I'm just... Yeah, I'm walking slow and slow.
I'm looking for that Pete Scully. Where is he?
Did you see Frank anywhere? I was looking for him, but I didn't.
Sorry, on you go, lassies.
You see that,
Hello, beautiful.
Independence Live. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You guys are brilliant. Champions.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need
I'll
one,
get
Wendy?
Alvin. Oh, thank you. I'll get Alvin. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? Hello, how you doing? Really lovely to see you, Eddie. You will be. You want a wee drink? You got a drink? I've got lunch in my bag. Nice to see you. Didn't expect to see you. Because I spotted him and I was like, Eddie. Hey, I'm alright. April's back staying with me, so she is. Aye, so I'm happy about that. Having the rain back. It's good to see you. I'll catch up with you in the car. I'll catch up with you, Frank. Sorry. Here, you swap.
I think when we get to Bannockburn, we'll start a new stream because there's going to be musicians and speeches and it gets a bit long if it's all in one stream. Lots of range today, joining in from the sidelines and in the march. It's fantastic. So we led there with this tarts and shoes. Oh.
So we've got a few thousand folk here, and as I've been saying, if you see anybody you know, tag them and share the video. Don't know where Pete Scally's went to. Lost them. You knackered? Oh, he's so... Hiya! So cool looking. Bit windy up here, folks, so I'm sorry. It sounds terrible.
Frank, do you need a wee rest? Because I'm having a breather. Do you want to stay with me for a bit? You sure? Well done, lad. Champion. Okay, I just thought if you want a rest, I'll wait with you. Because I'm having a rest, I can't breathe. Okay, just take care.
I'm absolutely exhausted. Don't know how many times I've been up and down, but it's worth it.
Champion.
Be coming down the road. Come on, Scotland!
Yeah. Champion. Champion! You guys look awesome!
People want to know who we are.
Yay!
We're the top on me. We're the top on me. We're meant to love us on me. We're meant to love us on me.
You ready? We're getting there. We'll be coming down the road when you hear the noise of the Tottenham boys.
Okay, I'm knackered. I'm going to stop the stream and I'll carry on when we get to Bannockburn. Sorry guys, I need a breather and I forgot to bring my oxygen. Okay, see you just now.
You're enjoying yourselves? I see Dean, was it you that gave that man the flag? That was really good of you, son. You see anybody you know, tag them and like and share the video. Everybody's done their steps a day. Everybody's in fun, having fun and high spirits. Hear the noise of the drum army boys. Come on, Scotland. He's alright. He's want a wee drink or anything? You alright? Feel free to join in with us. He's got a wee dog dish out for the dogs to get a drink. Sorry I missed the start of everybody coming in here. See him, do you know? Tag them and share the video. Let's go over and see the band before I go. If I'm not needed for the streaming of the rally. There's the Bruce.
Did you land up in a
They're all famous. They're famous, quite cool. Well done. What's that happening? Just come into the bottom of this, got plenty of room. I'm not on yet, so you carry on, Lindy. Right. Choice.
As soon as you go live, I'll go off.
So the silent clansman's made it in one piece this year. No heat wave this year.
Right folks, I'm going to let you go. It's been a pleasure filming for All Under One Banner. It's a pleasure working for them. I'll catch you all later. Have a lovely day.
She's got the heels on.
Just let folk come in just for another few seconds.
Well done. Do you want some water? Do you want some water, Dave?
Water. Take that bag, Jay.
Do you want me to get that for you?
Take the bag. You want a juice?
Could you keep an eye on that and I'll go and get the chairs?
Yeah, I'm just going to get Frank's water out for him. You want to do that?
He's carrying them.
Could Donald Anderson come up to the stage?
A couple of minutes, alright?
Okay, you're going to miss her, babes. Hello, how are you? Hey, Linz, we're just waiting for the band to start.
Could Donald Anderson come up to the stage? Could Bill Bonner come up to the stage? And Denise from India. India.
India?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Now you're confused.
Well, Jim, well done for another great match.
I thought I wasn't going to finish, I couldn't breathe.
Oh, were you feeling the heat?
No, I forgot my oxygen at home.
Oh, well that's not so good. We don't want you conking out.
I know, it was your turn last year.
Right, as the pipes there are just finishing the Flower of Scotland.
Right.
Flags. I'd just like to welcome everybody here today for the second demonstration organised by All Under One Banner. Apparently there's an election going on in Britain at the moment. There's also, I think there's a football tournament going on in Germany. And what about the Tartan Army in Germany? What a blinder they are playing. I mean, they're doing our job for us. Talk about soft power. I wish there was international football tournaments on every year. If that was the case, we'd have had independence years ago. However, we're not there yet. And hopefully today's demonstration will give an idea of maybe the path ahead for independence. We'd just like to open the event with a short musical number from Heggie for Aria Music, who actually wowed the crowds at a recent independence demonstration, and will be giving us one number just to open today's event. So just hand over to Aria Music. Put your hands together for Aria Music. A big indie welcome.
Yay!
Hello everyone, you look very blue and beautiful. So I handed out some lyrics at the start of the march. Anyone still got them and all the excitement?
Aye!
Fantastic. So we're going to do a song that I wrote this year called the Unicorn Song. And we had some of Glasgow and Edinburgh's top musicians collaborate with us on this song, but we're going to do an acoustic version for you. If you scan the barcode on the piece of paper that I handed you, it will forward you to the rap folk version of the song. But we're just going to play a nice simple acoustic version for you. This is the Unicorn Song. Please feel free to join in for the chorus. So the chorus says, "Sing to the ears of the uninformed. We are not sheep, we are unicorns. We're in too deep, it's gone on too long. Show the people we're truly strong. We've got to shout a little louder for the ones still lost at sea. Hitch a ride from a sea kelpie. I believe she can carry us to where we need to be."
Yay!
with me as we can't be seen. Not too long ago, our people had a dream. We're not just dreamers led down by what 2%. Shake off the dust and step on board. Know some things are meant. Use your voice. The voice is yours to use. What will our country's future be? It's up to us to choose. There are no failures, only things to overcome. Let's define our boundaries, think what we could become. Sing to the ears of the uninformed, we're not sheep, we're unicorns. Too deep and gone too long, show the people we're truly strong. Shout a little louder, all the ones who lost at sea. Picture right from the sea can't be. Happily she can carry us to where we need to be. Thistled lands where heather sway, a yearning tide whispers sobbing today. Scotland's heart beats in rhythmic flow, independence salts and water's gentle flow. A river winding through glens so green, freedom's current, a vision bright and serene. Let me stand tall, steadfast and true, reflecting dreams and logs and skies so blue. Waves of change crash on the rugged shore, spirit of a nation, longing for more. Brave as a salmon, leaping upstream, independence, a dream, a national theme. These are the years of the uninformed, we're not sheep, we're unicorns. Too deep, it's gone on too long, show the people we're truly strong. Shout a little louder, all the ones still lost at sea. It's a ride from the sea.
I've got just in the bag.
Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a lovely day. All the best.
Well done, guys.
Oh, it's pretty high, aye.
I thought that was excellent. Now we've got
Do you want me to hold this,
from
Jason?
India.
Can you mention about the St. Barrington
Denise from India will be giving the next speech, and what she'll be talking about is the registration scheme. Remember back in 2014 in the summer Indy, one of the major successes of the independence movement at that time was actually getting people to vote or register to vote, but never voted in any elections in the past. And what we've found over the last 10 years has been determined efforts in order to try and undermine registration. And that's particularly the case amongst some of our worst schemes in Scotland.
The reason people are ignored and their needs not taken into account, we have this image of Scotland that's put about by our MSPs, that somehow Scotland is this land of rich and well-run and rich and full of people that are well-educated and healthy. But they do not see the reality of how people live. And Leanne Tervet, she came up with this idea of schemes for Indie to get everybody in the schemes voting. And she does videos of terrible conditions of housing. There's terrible problems with addiction from hopelessness. There's problems of just not having enough money to live on to meet your basic needs. Now, if these people vote, the MPs will pay attention to them. So that's what we have to do. This is for making sure that the government delivers the priorities of the people. And the priorities of the people is independence. So by doing this, we will, as a side effect, build the vote we need for independence, but also the vote, obviously, so people are not forgotten and their needs are addressed. Thank you very much.
So spread the word. Got everybody out there to get this situation sorted out with regards to the registration of votes. I mean, it really is. It's turning into something like the Deep South of America in the 1960s, an attempt to try and dissuade those people who might vote for independence from actually having the ability to vote. This is a crucial issue and it needs to be addressed. Now, our next speaker needs no introduction. It's Sarah Saliers from Salvo. And Salvo are a group that are doing immense work in terms of research and underlining the true nature of the relationship between Scotland and England. It is a colonial relationship, and the nature and depth of that colonialism is actually becoming apparent with every passing month, it appears to me. With every new news headline we hear about free ports, special employment enterprise zones and all the rest. So I'll hand over to Sarah. So put your hands together and give her a great indie welcome to Sarah Saliers from Salvo.
So, hi everybody, lovely to see you here on this anniversary of Scotland's freedom at Bannockburn, fought and won by Bruce. And because this is such an important date, I want to take you back to that moment when the Scotland fans broke into Flower of Scotland and how they represented us. If you've been watching, how welcome those Scotland fans were. And was anybody not moved by hearing that whole stadium singing Flower of Scotland? About today, about this day, when, against all the odds, we won our freedom. So since that's what we're celebrating, and since we've all been so moved by that ambassadorship of our Scottish fans in Europe, I'd like to ask you to join now and sing that song, and then we'll have a wee talk about it.
When will we see your light again? That fought and died for, and we would tell and when much to against. Crowded was army and sent them home. Again, the hills are bare now, and autumn leaves lie thick and still. For land that is lost and those so dearly held that stood again. Where Edward's army and sent them homeward, they think again. Those days are past, and in the past it must remain. But we can still rise and do the nation again. Let's do it again. Proud Edward's army and send them homeward. They thank again.
So much. So there's one line in that, which is what makes that anthem for me. And we can still rise now and be the nation again that stood against them. Be the nation. Rise. How? How? Well, first, you need to know what it means to be that nation. What makes us Scotland? Not North Britain, not an English Scotland, a Scotland of our own. What makes us different? We can't change anything by dreaming about the past. But we can't change anything if we don't build on the past. What can we do? How do we take that and rise? Well, I'm going to suggest 3 things that everybody can do. Whether you're a member of a party or you're not, you can do this. If you are a member of a pro-indie party, you've a wheen of work ahead of you. So here's the first. The declaration of Arbroath. The record that the people of Scotland are sovereign. Can I get that back? The people of Scotland are sovereign. Can I hear it back? The people of Scotland are sovereign. What does that mean? It means that our governments don't rule over us. They don't rule in Scotland. The people do. Now, talking about how great that is as an idea will get us nowhere. But guess what? If the people of Scotland are sovereign in constitutional law, guaranteed as a provision of the treaty, the constitutional settlement of the Union, we are entitled to modern mechanisms of sovereignty. So, if your politicians tell you that they acknowledge the sovereignty of the people, but then they tell you that they take that sovereignty when they're elected, or they tell you that, aye, you're sovereign, but Westminster's actually more sovereign than you are. They're lying. They do not accept the sovereignty of the people of Scotland. They do not look for ways of enacting that sovereignty. They talk about fighting for Scotland. You're not fighting for Scotland if you're not fighting for the sovereignty of the people, making it a fight between the colonial power in Westminster and the sovereign people, instead of the Westminster administration in Holyrood and the UK administration, the mother parliament in London. The sovereignty of the people trumps the sovereignty of Westminster. If our politicians are serious, we need to force them to acknowledge that, to look at what the law says, to look at our history, and to look at the fact that that is part of what makes us a nation. If we are going to rise, we rise as a sovereign people, right? So if you're in a party, go back, work with the membership, take that party back and make it a genuinely Scottish party that stands and fights for the nation of Scotland. Number 2, we need to stop our elected officials taking an oath to a foreign crown. In 1708, the Treaty of Union was thrown out. It was thrown out because it set out to create one kingdom. But instead of doing that, they extended English treason law to Scotland. In Scotland, the people are sovereign. In England, it was the monarch. They took away, with that one move, the primacy of the Scottish crown, by which treason can be treason against the people themselves, and they replaced it with their horrible feudal class-based Treason Act. Then they extended the English coronation oath to Scotland. This isn't romantic history, this is a fact. In the House of Commons Library, they explain that the English coronation oath was extended to Scotland. What that means is that Scotland was added to the domains of the English crown. The Scottish crown still remains. So our politicians need to refuse to take an oath to a crown that calls itself the UK crown and is in fact only the English crown, a foreign power. And lastly, finally, any politician, any political party that supports these, you'll hear a wee bit more about it later on, but that supports these enterprise zones, special economic zones and free ports is selling the territorial assets of Scotland to corporations which are not accountable, and where the sovereignty of our crown, which is our people, is handed to private corporations. And that is privatisation on steroids, and if you want to know what that looks like in practice despite the profits, take a look at what's happened to English water, English rivers and English seas. If our politicians are supporting that and enabling that, they have betrayed Scotland. When you talk about an independent Scotland, you must mean the whole integral nation with all of its rights, not sold out to foreign buyers, not subordinate to a foreign crown, and not acknowledging the sovereignty of a foreign parliament over a sovereign people and nation in Scotland. We can change that. You don't have to join Salvo. We'll welcome you with open arms if you want to, but that's what we're working on. But every single independent supporter can go back to their communities and their parties and say, this is what independence means. On which note, let's remember that that's what unites us, that we are part of the nation of Scotland, and if we have a common vision for what that nation needs to be to rise, nothing is going to stop us. Thank you very much.
Marvellous speech there for Sarah. Now, our next speaker, he's going to just give us a couple of minutes. Needs no introduction. Great friend of all under one banner and a massive veteran of the independence and socialist movement in Scotland. Put your hands together for Donald Anderson of the Scottish Republican and Socialist Movement.
Welcome to the annual Bannockburn rally. Now, I said about a couple of minutes because I hate speeches, even make them myself, and I hate speech makers. So I need to get back to the tent because I've got a dram waiting on me. Now, we all know why we're here. Nobody needs to tell you. And we're here to commemorate not just that guy on the statue. He was a great king, a hero king. But he had to fight a civil war before Bannockburn and a civil war after Bannockburn. Now what does that remind you of today? If we want independence, we need to stop fighting a civil war among ourselves and get together and agree. At least one seat with the opposition. Because it looks like Sir Keir Starmer, that great socialist, is going to win. And we're going to lose seats. But anyway, the battle was not just about kings. It's about the small folk that we should be commemorating, I would say. The small folk were up in Gillies Hill, about 400. And at a critical moment in the battle, they're supposed to come down the hill waving rolling pins and cook spoons and knives. And the English thought it was another army and fled. But there's another story. The night before, the small folk were at the baggage train in Cambus-Kenneth and they were massacred by the Duke of Atholl. They fell out with Robert the Bruce over Bruce's sister, whatever they were doing is none of my business, but he murdered the baggage train. So we lost these small folk. But other small folk came out of the woods here, women and children, because what had happened when the English were coming up, they took the front doors off to put over the fords and the bogs. If you've never seen an Anglo-Scottish woman, you try stealing her front door. And they come out and they get into them, they're stabbing the horses' bellies and cutting them apart. And the other story was over there, 400 Knights Templars came out of the woods at the last minute as well. They supported the Bruce because they were excommunicated and Bruce was excommunicated. He'd murdered the Red Common. This is what they did in these days. We just stab each other in the back nowadays. So I said I'm not going to keep you long, but I thank the previous speaker for telling us all we have to do is say that we're sovereign. Now, I wish somebody had told me that years ago and I'd never been arrested every bloody week. Right. So I've finished with statue. It's a lovely statue. I've got somebody come around with a bucket illegally collecting money for a John McLean statue. If you haven't heard of John McLean, I won't keep you long. He was not just a socialist, he was a Republican socialist. He stood for independence before the SNP was born. It was 1922 he died, aged 43. He died of pneumonia officially, but it was poverty. He was blacklisted from his teaching job and couldn't get a job anywhere, and there's no welfare state these days. And he died. Also they jailed him, gave him hard labour. I've come to the point. He stood for a Scottish Republic, and we've got and the stall over that red stall, got details for a crowdfunder. We're on the second crowdfunder, under half the money. What we need is not just the small folk. What these rich folk that are lovies and football players and celebrities to put in big bucks. But if you want to help, somebody's going around with a bucket. And talking about bucket, I have to go back to tent because I'm due a wee bucket myself. So thank you for your patience and listening to me, and onwards and upwards into eternity.
Wonderful contribution there for Donald again. Never disappoints. So we're going to have a musical interlude now. We're going to have the wonderful Edward Carney for Dundee. But before that, I've got a couple of announcements, a very important announcement. Pensioners for Indy have got a petition which is actually being organised from the furthest away stall near the trees, and it's basically a petition against the attempted redevelopment of the Bannockburn battlefield site. We'd ask everybody to actually sign that if you can. It's a huge issue. It seems there's not a single historical site of any significance in Scotland that doesn't want to be getting turned into major luxury flats for blowings for all over the world. We cannot have this, it shall not stand, and I would urge everybody to actually support that petition. Get yourself along to the Pensioners for Indy stall. I've also got a wee announcement here from Mike Fennick. And this is your fellow Scots from every part of Scotland have signed a declaration to finally end the Union. If you want to finally end the Union, Mike Fennick is here with blank declarations for your signature. Any questions about the declaration, just ask Mike. And you'll see his stall further along. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Edward Carney for a short musical interlude before we continue with our political speeches.
Good afternoon. Feskerma Strilai. Feskerma Alapa. Hami Chwtulach. Avian Shaw. And you. Morntai. Thank you very much. The first song, I'll better tell you a story about it. It's about an English knight that fought here 710 years ago. And his name was John D. Sully. And he was a very successful knight because he fought in every major battle in the 14th century and never got killed once. And he lived till 105. And the thing I found out about knights was, knights were actually just bloodthirsty people who fought for money. They were mercenaries. And the other thing I found out was, they all had CVs. And they listed all the battles they'd been in. But it was only the battles that they'd won. So he fought at Bannockburn, but he wasn't on the winning side. So he never put it on his CV. So this first song, the chorus, if you want to join in, is sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. Simple wee tune. If you want to join in, please do. I'm going to start this. An introduction, I never wrote this, but it's a tune you'll be very, very familiar with. Wait a minute, I've lost the place here. Give me a minute, alright? Here, I've got it now, I think. That's beautiful, isn't it? That's one of my favourite tunes, actually. Thank you, thank you. I see you like it as well. Right, sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. Right. Sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. He was the toughest of the tough and the strongest of the strong. Here was a man that wasn't made of lard, right-hand man to his boss, a black prince. In the field of battle he'd turn you into mince. Sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. He was the strongest of the strong and the bravest of the brave. You wouldn't mess with this big guy, put you in your grave. JDS was hard as nails, but this was high on his list of fails. Sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. Hey, your face into the muck with the soles of his great big foot, but the bunch of dafties I got stuck, and he had to rely on his luck. Sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. Although he'd been a knight for 80 years, he never spoke about it with his peers, even when he'd had our money warm beers, 'cause this was a battle that ended in tears. Sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. Sharp sticks and pots and pans drove the English from our lands. At Bannockburn he had to flee, so he didn't bother putting it on his CV. Thank you very much. The next song you'll know the words to, but you might not know the tune. It's Scots Wi' Hay, actually. Scots wha we Wallace bled, Scots won Bruce as often led. Welcome to your gory bed, or to victory. Now's the day and now's the hour, see the front o' battle hour, see approach proud Edward's power, chains and slavery. Wha would be a traitor knave? Wha could fill a coward's grave? Wha say base as be a slave? Let him turn and flee. War for Scotland's king and law, freedom's sword will strongly draw. Freedom standard, free man fall, let him follow me. By oppression's woes and pains, by your sons in servile chains, we would drain our dearest veins, but we shall be free. Lay the proud usurpers low, tyrants fall in every foe, liberty in every blow. Let us do or die. Thank you very much. I'm just going to take... Thank you. I'm just going to take a minute to change the subject. It's about the Gaelic language. I've actually been learning Gaelic on Duolingo. It's a wee app, it's a free app. And I've been learning it for 8 months. And I'm not very good at Gaelic, but I'm a lot better than I was 8 months ago, I can tell you. And I just do one lesson a day. And all you need to do is one lesson a day, and you'll keep on getting better. Now, apparently there's about 700,000 people learning Gaelic on Duolingo. And it's apparently, if you can get it up to 1.5 million, the Gaelic will start to regenerate all on its own. So it'll take wings and it'll start to regenerate. So go and, if you're not doing it already, just go and download Duolingo and do Gaelic and do it once a day. It takes you about 20 minutes at maximum. And it's very repetitive and it's very simple to start, but it's well worth it because, as you probably know, if you want to crush a people, destroy their language, then you're half roads there. So, Duolingo. The last song I'm going to sing is a song called The Bonnet Blue, and it's 16 lines, it's 2 verses, 1 verse and 1 chorus, and it's everything I can think good about Scotland, all in 16 lines. I'm going to change my hat for this one. Right. There we go, I'm dressed for the occasion. As we go towards the future, we must not forget the past. We have come a long way from the mess of time with battles won and lost. Now as we go down the road that leads us to our destiny, we will take whatever life throws at us with the courage of the free.
I will wear a flag of bonny Scotland. On my heart I will be forever true. I will wear the darling of old Alapa. On my head I will wear a bonnet blue. I will raise up the psalter, I will raise it to the sky. I will always be proud of who I am. I will hold out a hand of friendship everywhere I go, for I'm Scottish and proud of this land. I will wear the flag of bonny Scotland. On my heart I will be forever true. I will wear the darling of old Alapa. On my head I will wear the bonnet blue. I will raise up the psalter, I will raise it to the sky. I will always be proud of who I am. I will hold out a hand of friendship everywhere I go, for I'm Scottish and proud of this land. I will wear the flag of bonny Scotland. On my heart I will be forever true. I will wear the darling of old Alapa. On my head I will wear the bonnet blue. I will raise up the psalter, I will raise it to the sky. I will always be proud of who I am. I will hold out a hand of friendship everywhere I go, for I'm Scottish and proud of this land. For I'm Scottish and proud of this land. For I'm Scottish and proud of this land.
Thank you. Tablet. Cheery Maha. Thank you.
Great couple of numbers there from Dundee's best kept secret, Edward Carney. And now we've got one of Fife's best kept secrets. It's Susan Archibald, a great friend of All Under One Banner, and a bonny fechter on behalf of disabled people against cuts. She represents the front line of the campaign against the welfare war that's been waged on some of the most vulnerable people in Scotland. And she's going to be speaking from the front line. So give a great indie welcome to Susan Archibald from Disabled People Against Cuts.
Hi, can you all hear me? Well, what happened to the weather when I left at 5 this morning? It was blue skies. Came here, but ken what? Doesn't really matter, eh? Because a wee bit wind, a wee bit rain wouldn't put anybody off, eh? So I'm here to talk about disabled people. It's so important that we are at the front line beside everybody. We need a platform at every opportunity we get. And can I just say, the carers, they look after my peers, honestly, they save the NHS, local authorities, billions, absolutely billions. And now we're watching Westminster say that they're going to take them for fraud. Some folk earned 5 pence a week, more than they were meant to do, and they're going to have their lives ripped apart. It'll no happen. I'll no let it happen. I didn't just fight in Scotland. I go to London along with my friends and Disabled People Against Cuts. Linda Burnett, Paula Peters, Ellen Clifford. When things are happening in London, we're in Downing Street, and we're what you would call an extremist. They try to stop us for campaigning, so they put new laws in so that we can't go in and shut their streets down. But ken what? We do it. Disabled people in wheelchairs shut down Downing Street. We didn't threaten it, we just do it. But it shouldn't be like that. And we've watched for the last welfare reform rip people's lives apart. Nobody kens when something happens to you how it can change your life, what effect it has on your family. But for all the people that had their benefits stripped off them, we fought them, got their benefits back, and here we go again. They're doing again another fight against get disabled people back into work. I'd be the first person to help them, didn't get me wrong. But the employers, where's the employers that are employing disabled people? We're the first person that gets put through the absent management procedures for to get rid of us. There's no fairness in society, it just isn't there. It's sad. And right now, they're driving a wall between the old, the young, the black, the white, the workers, the non-workers. We have to unite. It doesn't really matter what happened in the past, who said what, when they said it. Nobody's right. But until we're united, Westminster's always going to win. They will always win. We need to stand together. Even though we have differences between us, we need to stand together. Unite the clans. It happened years ago, it can happen again, eh? We want to feed our bairns, no bombs. Get ready. Fastlane. Bin it. We didn't want it. They'll not build it somewhere else. Get rid of it. Scrap. Trident. We'll have to fight for that every opportunity that we get to. Years ago, people were protected. You had to have so much money so you could feed your family. DWP are stripping the bairns. Food banks, you've never seen nothing like it. Ken, folk will say they're selling their carpet. Sorry, I switched myself off. Women, they're selling themselves to feed their family. It's shocking. It breaks your heart. If I was to tell you every person that came to me with a different story, you couldn't help but break your heart. So the same folk that were hammered years ago had their houses taken off them, their cars, their vans taken off them, are going to go through it all again. Why? You can't let it happen. We can't let it happen. So we really need to help. We Jeannie down the road that's got cancer. We Max down the stair that doesn't have something to feed their bairns. Chap everybody's door and make sure they're being fed, because there's many person are too proud to open their mouth and say, I can't feed my family. The government are using that for to steal their bairns. Steal their bairns, that's what's happening. You go and say you can't feed your family, social work's on the top of it. They're stealing our bairns. Literally stealing our bairns. 2 minutes, sorry. 2 minutes. Try silencing me, eh? It's not very likely. Sorry. And I work with every single party to get what I need for my peers. I don't care who they are, what they are. I have peers, whether they vote the Tories, whether they vote Labour, whether they vote Lib Dem. I'm there to represent them. They're my peers, eh? And I really wish the Parliament could be like that. That every party could work together for the benefit of everybody, because this is where you find where things didn't join up, eh? But it's not just Westminster that's causing the problems. My pals in Glasgow are getting sent letters saying their care charges are doubling. In Fife, let's get the latest in. In Fife councillor put out letters last week trying to ask you how much disabled you are, so you can get the disabled council tax relief. They get a 25% cap. Now you're going to have to prove how disabled you are for to get that. Well, I'm sorry, Fife Council, I've came for you before, but I'm coming for you again. You shouldn't have to prove to everybody how disabled you are for to need a bloody wet room, how disabled you are for to need a bit of space in your house. And realistically, then you seriously need to get more accessible houses. There's so much that we need to do, but right now, I'm here for to beg, absolutely beg yous, to seriously consider how yous vote. You have to really think hard before you decide to vote this time. Really think hard. Your vote can make a difference for millions of people, or it can be flung away and lost. So, my last thing today is, I'll be on the flare, marching for independence, just the same as everybody else. But seriously, come vote day, really think wisely how you're going to use your vote, okay? Thank you.
All right, great speech there again from Susan Archibald. She never disappoints. If only some of our leading MPs within the indie movement had the same passion as her and were connected as her to what's actually going on, then we might be further forward towards independence. So just before our next speaker, just a couple of announcements. First of all, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the Yes Bikers for bringing the thunder yet again to this demonstration. We should not underestimate the impact that the Yes Bikers have. Great friends of the indie movement and great friends of All Under One Banner. The next announcement I'd like to make is to actually appeal to people to support SIF, the Scottish Independence Foundation. Without their work, we would not be able to put on these demonstrations. And we know that there's a number of stalls today that actually have collecting buckets for All Under One Banner. We're really up against it in terms of funding. Any spare change that you've got, we didn't just take notes, we'll take any denomination, any currency. Get the money in the buckets, out the stalls, and into the SIF, and that money comes back to All Under One Banner. So please do that. Now, our next speaker is somebody who came to prominence a few years ago after following his arrest in Northern Ireland. He's actually a long-term veteran of the Palestinian cause. His name is Dr. Issam Hajawi Basalat. He calls Edinburgh home. He is a refugee from Palestine, and he represents the Palestinian Democratic Forum. And at all our marches this year, and as long as the Palestinian conflict continues, we will continue having solidarity speeches from the Palestinian representatives in Scotland and those that call Scotland their home in particular. Because make no mistake about it, the struggle that's going on in Palestine has real consequences for our struggle, because fundamentally they're struggling against the same forces that we are actually struggling against. So put your hands together for Dr. Issam Hajawi Basalat from the Palestinian Democratic Forum.
Hello, Scotland. If anybody wondering what a Palestinian doing in Stirling, simply because we are united. MI5, they used to stop me at Heathrow boat arriving from my travel and asking me what my relationship with the Irish Republicans. My answer was, and still, your bloody history united us. Whether in North of Ireland, in Scotland, or in Palestine, you united us by your imperialist adventures, which took all forms. And that's why I am here as a Palestinian, because I heartily believe that we are fighting the same fight and our enemies are the same. Probably you know and you are fully aware what's happening in Palestine at the moment for the last 9 months. The Israeli settler colonial state, which was being given its birth certificate by, unfortunately, by a Scots by name of James Arthur Balfour from Duddingston in 2nd of November 1917. But we know that the people of Scotland are standing mind and heart with our fight as Palestinian for full independence and full freedom. 700 years ago, it was a victory about 3-4 miles from here by the Bruce. I acknowledge that as an independent movement we might have our ups and downs. About 9 years before the Bruce emerged victorious, the English, they butchered Wallace in 4 quarters, and 1 quarter was being sent here, as you know. But the spirit of fighting for independence, proved by you much today, it never ended and never will be end, as our fight in Palestine will never end until we achieve our self-determination, freedom, and right of return. And this is why we are united. Friends, don't be deceived by devolution. Devolution, it is not independence. Keep you fight until Scotland is a full sovereign country, and be sure that you as Scots and us as Palestinians, we will have our day of freedom and full independence and full sovereignty. Thank you.
What about that? That shows and underlines the significance of international solidarity. Our movement is international where it is nothing. Look at the response that our soft power army has actually achieved in Germany. It's absolutely incredible. In the words of Isam there, when his people are facing a genocide, and he understands the significance and the importance of the Scottish independence struggle. All power at their elbow, the Palestinian people. Thank goodness that they have people like Isam that actually keep that flame alive, as we have in our own movement when we are going through dark days. And when I speak about representatives and veterans of the independence movement, we have a veteran of the Scottish independence movement here, an SNP councillor from Argyll and Bute, Jan Brown, who's been a stalwart member of the independence movement for many, many years. I'll hand over, give a big indie welcome to Jan Brown from Argyll and Bute.
Hello everybody, thank you very much for putting up with me today. This is my first event to actually stand here and speak before you. So I've made a few wee notes just so that I don't waffle on too much as I tend to. So, the first thing I want to say really is independence is normal. We all know that, we say it all the time. But not only is independence normal, independence is the change the change that we as a country need to take ourselves forward into the next step. Now, everybody here today, every single one of us, we all are united by the one thing. And that one thing is independence. The need, the want, the will to fight for our country's independence. So, here we are. I've said that wee bit already. The problem is, we don't see how fractured our independence movement has become. We're all separated into different wee groups. We all want the same thing, but we won't get it unless we all join together as one united group, and we take that fight for independence forward. So, the prize, as we all know, is independence. And the one thing that we need to do to get that is to stop all the squabbling amongst us. I know a lot of you won't want to hear this, but please, please, open your ears. Listen to what I'm saying, and then think about it. Think about it. I'm a patriot. I've been a patriot since the day I was born. I come from Govan. You don't get any more patriotic than if you live in Govan. And I want independence. It's the only thing I want. And the only way we're going to get independence at this time is by voting for the SNP. We need to forget about everything. We need to concentrate on the prize. We need to concentrate on the goal. And that goal is, everybody, what is that goal? Correct. Let's get the goal. Let's get independence. And then let's get everybody here today, every party that's represented here today, get everybody to come and sit round that table, put the views forward, and let's discuss. The only way we're going to get it is by everybody joining together. I want to welcome a change, an exchange of views, an exchange of opinions, an exchange of how we actually get it. There, I've just lost my last page, everybody. 2 seconds. That's not how we get independence, by dropping it on the floor, guys. So, the only thing that I'm going to ask everybody who wants independence is to think long and hard before you cast that vote on July the 4th. July the 4th is another nation's Independence Day who fought hard to get it from the British. Let us take it up and let's get that. Let's make the difference in this fight. So standing here today in Bannockburn, we're the field of dreams, guys. Let's take that field of dreams. Let's take that prize. Let's grasp it. And let's everybody vote and vote for an independent Scotland. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great stuff there for Jan Brown. Now, it's well, before I introduce the next speaker, I'd just like to underline again, get your hands in your pockets and help out Scottish Independence Foundation. As I was saying earlier, they help out the entire indie movement. They're the funding organisation for the demonstrations that happen right throughout Scotland, and a lot of other things besides. So please give as generously as you can to the bucket collectors, the SIF bucket collectors, and the buckets at the different stalls. Now, our next speaker, it's a particular pleasure of mine to actually introduce him. He's somebody whose work I enjoy enormously. He's a Scottish historian of the first rank, and somebody who has basically challenged the mainstream and the convention of Scottish academic historical thinking, and somebody who I completely and utterly agree with. His name is Stuart McHardy, who's somebody who's doing a lot of work with adult education in Edinburgh for many, many years, as a published author of many great works that I particularly recommend Scotland's Future History to you, but many other works besides. And I'm really looking forward to seeing hearing what he's got to say about the historical significance of the present indie movement. I'll hand over to Stuart McHardy from Edinburgh. A big indie welcome for Stuart McHardy.
Thanks, Tony, but I'm made in Musselburgh. And I'm free Dundee, which is even better. History. is something that we all get exposed to at school. And in Scotland, we've been exposed to what technically, using a pretty esoteric historical term, can be described as keech. So much of what we're told our past is absolute bloody rubbish. And here today, on the field of Bannockburn, is one of the worst examples of the lot. You were all taught, if you were taught Scottish history at all, that Bruce and Wallace before him were fighting the Scottish Wars of Independence. What bloody wars of independence? Scotland was a nation before England was a nation. We were fighting an invader. And never forget that. It's as bad as saying that the Maquis in France were fighting a war of independence against the Nazis. It's ridiculous. But this is what has happened to our history. We have been mollycoddled into taking a view that effectively tries to say that Scotland's past is awful like that of England, don't you know? Rubbish. And there are things that crop up over the years that link back through our history. And one of them actually concerns William Wallace. William Wallace was judicially murdered by the English for defending his own nation. He was tried, then hung, drawn, and quartered. That meant while he was still alive, he was cut down, he had his stomach open, his entrails pulled out, and put onto a fire burning beside him. After that, he had his head cut off and they chopped him up. That process was under an English law called Oyer and Terminer. It still exists. And in 1708, the Westminster Parliament put through a thing called the Treason Act. You can go and check it out. It's still there on the statute books today. And they just took the English doctrine of Oyer and Terminer and put it into British law. A complete and utter and absolute breach of the Treaty of Union 1 year afterwards. They were still using that particular act into the 1820s when the lads that were out on the 1820 Rising, they were persecuted, and it is persecuted under Oyer and Terminer, because this is what has happened. We've allowed ourselves to be lulled into a sense of false understanding of what history and what politics is about. And it gets to the stage where you've seen over the past few years a series of, quite honestly, buffoons in charge of the Westminster Parliament. And it's come to the stage where the main parties that are represented in that Parliament all ken what their job is. And their job is simple. Their job is to do what they're told by the banks and the Yanks. And that's it. And they have the nerve to turn and tell us, no, you're not getting your independence. We are a sovereign people. We are a people who have to be prepared to get off our knees. And I'm telling you this, from a historical perspective, nobody ever dealing with the British Empire, and although it's just a rump of the British Empire, the ideas that run through the heads of the folk they represent in Westminster are still full of the British Empire. Nobody ever got anything for them by asking, please sir, can I have a new indie ref? It'll no work. But there are other ways forward, folks. Salvo are working on it, but there's other ways as well that can be looked at. Because we have to mind that in 1707, the Scottish Parliament was not abolished. It went into abeyance. And part of it still exists. One of the constituent bodies of the Scottish Parliament was the General Assembly of the Kirk of Scotland. And if we had politicians worthy of their salt, they would just wander along the Kirk and say, how do you fancy it? Call everybody back from Westminster and reinstitute the Scottish Parliament. We've got politicians that just want to play Westminster's game. That will not work. It's never worked before and it'll no work now. So we'll have to be looking at new ways. And one of the things I'm looking forward to, and I'm getting on now, I passed 21 a wee while ago, and I think, what's Scotland going to be like once we're away? And we're going to get away, don't worry about it, it will happen. And I'm looking forward to a couple of things, like the butcher's apron coming down over Edinburgh Castle. That's a biggie. Painting all the paint boxes blue. And that could be done beforehand as well. And the other thing we have to think about is we are known throughout the world for our creativity and our inventiveness. So what we need is some of the younger legal minds in this nation of ours that aren't corroded with privilege and the corruption. Oh, well, we've all seen it down the years. We need folk to start thinking about where we go forward, because although we have great resources in this land of ours, our main resource is our people, and it's time we got together and started thinking about how do we get to where we want to be, and we have to do new things. Think on, Scotland.
Brilliant. Some great ideas there. I like the idea about the post boxes. Stuart mentioned that to me some time back. Like, you know, I feel a bit of a campaign coming on for Dundee in the next wee bit. So our next, we're going to have a musical interlude now. Pete Scally is actually going to come on. But just to pick up on a couple of the points that Stuart was making, we should not be downhearted. We should take huge heart for the extent of the response to the Tartan army in Germany. That is not an incidental thing. It absolutely and utterly blew me away. In one fell swoop, months, years of negativity was actually turned around. And what you had was people parading their Scottish identity proudly within Germany and receiving a huge response for it. On the other side of that as well, what are the alternatives to independence? What is the situation? What is the wider situation with Great Britain PLC and indeed the entire Western Europe? The political classes everywhere are in fundamental crisis. They have no way out. There will be periods of terrible opportunity. We have the opportunity for real change because people were crying out for real change. And then that will present opportunities for the independence movement to re-emerge as a mass force, and a force that actually puts the fear of God again into Westminster. Because that's the reality of the matter. They're no half as scared of us as they should be. And our major task in the next period opening up is to make them scared again. Scared in the way that they were touching cloth back in 2014. And we can do that again. So I'd just like to hand over to Pete Scally, who's a real star all under one banner, a great friend all under one banner, and someday he'll get you up and dancing, hopefully. He might even get me up and dancing. I'll hand over to Pete Scally. Cheers.
Hello, Stirling. You can stand up and dance if you want, right? It's a wee invitation. Right, just before I start, I'll fix this. Maybe. Right, people take offence, don't they, to different things. Personally, I'm offended by Westminster governments ripping us off. Our kids, some kids here having nothing to eat, holes in their shoes, while people down there have got far too much money. Certain individuals, I take offence to that. Other people are offended by me saying the word fuck. Right? There's a big difference. You don't need to listen, but your wains are still going to have fuck all to eat and holes in their shoes. So fuck Tories, red ones and blue ones. Fuck you. You can sing this one too. In fact, you need to. Let me hear you. Do 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 up. Do 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 up. Fuck the Tories. Do 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 up. Do 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 up. Come on, you can get louder. Go a dancer. Just think, what are you offended by? Words? Do 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 up. Do 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 up. Do 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 up.
No playing nice anymore.
Let's hear you without the music. Do 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 up. Do 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 up. Nice, I couldn't hear you for the music.
Come on, Scotland.
Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see your likes again that fought and died for your wee bit hill and glen and stood against it? Proud Edward's army and sent him homeward to think again. The hills are bare now, and autumn leaves lie thick and still. Our land that is lost now, that those so dearly held and stood against him. Proud Edward's army and sent him homeward to think again. Go, 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 go! Oh, my wee dancers up the back here, well done, girls. Those days are past now, and in the past they must remain. For we can still rise now and be a nation again that stood against him. Against who? And sent him homeward to think again. Come on, join in. Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see your likes again that fought and died for your wee bit hill and glen and stood against him? Proud Edward's army sent him homeward to think again. Well, think again. Sent him homeward to think again.
Maybe we should play that before the football games, eh? I might liven them up a wee bit.
Are you sure? You know this one. I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me these past few days.
I've been afraid that I might drift away. So I've been telling old stories and singing songs that make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. If I should be called a stranger, know that it will make me more than sad. 'Cause Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I have moved and kept on moving, proved the point that I needed proving. Lost the friends that needed losing, found others on the way. And I have tried, kept on trying, stolen dreams, yeah, there's no denying. I've traveled far with conscience flying, somewhere in the wind. Let me tell you that I love you and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. If I should be called a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. 'Cause Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. So I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flames they don't get any higher, they're withered now, they're gone. And so I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow when the hands are shaking and the kisses flown. I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. If I should be called a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Let me tell you that I love you and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. If I should be called a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. 'Cause Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Thank you very much to my dancers. Keep boogieing. Reason don't like it, this flag I wear. Boys think I'm crazy, 'cause I comb my hair. I wanna free my country, but I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna rock, gonna roll, gonna do it almost every day. Oh yeah, I'm a Scottish rebel, from head to toe. But I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. Been waiting on freedom, I've been waiting too long. But their time is over, that's why I'm singing this song. All under one banner, hope over fear, man. And forward as one, we're marching all over this land. Oh yeah, I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe. But I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back, be a Scottish rebel like me. Yeah! Go! We're sending a message, we're sending it clear. We're rising up, boy, our time is here. We'll have a celebration, cause we're doing it our own way. And then we'll rock till we drop on Independence Day. Oh yeah, I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe. But I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back, be a Scottish rebel like me. Let me hear you. I'm a Scottish rebel from head to toe. But I gotta keep it rocking everywhere I go. Everybody join us, we're good company. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. Claim your country back and be a Scottish rebel like me. Be a real cool cat, be a rockin' Scottish rebel like me. Oh yeah, yous are brilliant.
Oh, Edie! Is she not here? Oh, that's a shame. Hi, Edie! Is she on the new eye? Right, yo. I don't know about you, but I need a breather.
Gaze through the eyes of a legend like Wallace or Bruce, and you'll see they have stolen our country's potential. Our beautiful land should be free, but we'll take no more of it. We're making sure of it. Come, sing along with me. We are patriots, one and all. You can tell by the roar when we answer the call. We are patriots, one and all. We're fighting for Scotland and freedom for all. Stand in the fields of Culloden or Bannockburn. Close your eyes, feel the resurgence within you from your countrymen who have died. But they'll take no more away. Stand up and have your say. Come and stand with me. We are patriots, one and all. You can tell by the roar when we answer the call. We are patriots, one and all. We're fighting for Scotland and freedom for all. That's beautiful, thank you so much. I've missed you guys. I've not been out the house in 8 months. Thank you so much. You always make me feel so welcome. I love you all. Scottish people to fight for our land to be free. And as the time goes by, watch as we multiply. Soon everyone will see. If you know something, we are patriots, one and all. You can tell by the roar when we answer the call. We are patriots, one and all. We're fighting for Scotland and freedom for all. We are patriots, one and all. You can tell by the roar when we answer the call. We are patriots, one and all. We're fighting for Scotland and freedom for all. Thank you very much. Right, that's me done. Thank you so much. You are amazing. And I'll see you all. Do another again. Right, I don't know if I've got any, man. We'll do a wee bit more rock and roll then, will we? Listen, I just want to give a wee shout out to our wee pal Star for the camp. As much as I know she's getting a bit better, but if you're that way inclined, say a wee prayer for her and keep her in your thoughts. Star, we hope you're back being an annoying wee shit really soon. We love you. Last chance for a boogie. Come on, pretty mama, gotta tell you about the place to go. You'll be rocking with the rebels at the Drover, come and give it a go. You'll be dancing day and night and singing songs about our fight. And we're gonna keep on rocking until our country's free. When you party with the rebels, well, you really get a swinging show. 'Cause it's not the kind of music that you're hearing on your radio. Oh, freedom you cry as you raise that salsa high. And we're gonna keep on rocking until our country's free. Yeah! Well, the freedom train is coming and I want you all to get on board. And there ain't nothing gonna stop it 'cause it's coming like a juggernaut. It's not far down the track where we take our country back. And we're gonna keep on rocking until our country's free. So come on everybody, gonna have to make a lot of noise. 'Cause the freedom bell is ringing and it's almost time to rejoice. So grab your dancing shoes, it's time to ditch those Union blues. And we're gonna keep on rocking until our country's free. Go!
was never making it down there and back again. So come on everybody, gotta tell you about the place to go. You'll be rocking with the rebels at the Drover, come and give it a go. You'll be dancing day and night and singing songs about our fight. And we're gonna keep on rocking until our country is free. Yeah, we're gonna keep on rocking until our country is free. We're gonna keep on rocking until our country is free, free, free. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'm sure I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Love you.
What about that? Brilliant. Never ever disappoints. Star all under one banner. Should be a damn sight more popular than he is. So, the next speakers is the last tranche of speakers. You know, done and dusted in double quick time this year. We were thinking the rain might be coming on. The next speaker that we've got is a young man who's come to prominence on social media, a young SNP activist whose main aim in life seems to be chaplain on every door in Scotland. Every time we hear the door going in Dundee, I think it might be him turning up to canvass on behalf of the SNP. He's a Facebook friend of mine, somebody whose posts I always enjoy looking at because he's always upbeat and positive. So give a big, big indie welcome to Alex Gill.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be standing here today. It's always great joy to be surrounded by so many fellow independent supporters. But, let's face the truth. The governance model of United Kingdom is broken beyond repair. The corrupt Westminster establishment is totally blind to the struggles of ordinary folk. They do not represent the interests and aspirations of the people of Scotland. Time and time again, decisions made in Scotland have stifled our progress, ignored our needs, and stunted our massive potential as a nation. This simply cannot be allowed to continue. Despite the chains imposed upon us by Westminster, we have managed to make, decent progress with the meagre powers that have been granted to us. But I think, let's not make a mistake here. We are not devolutionists. We are nationalists. We refuse to be a mere subsidiary of this crumbling union. We demand complete and total sovereignty. The right to forge our own destiny and the right to stand up as a free and independent country. The reason we are all here today is because we know that independence is the correct path, yet we must acknowledge where we've faltered. Polls have shown again and again that there is a clear gap between public support for independence and the political parties that advocate for it. This disconnect, the reason that the general public is feeling this way, is due to uncertainty and a lack of a clear and actionable plan, and we must change this. For too long we have been wandering about aimlessly, hoping that Westminster will be kind enough to say yes to our pleas of a second referendum, but they will never grant it, because they know we will win. So instead of further meandering about what we can do, we must be the ones to take the initiative, not them. Therefore, I say that the 2026 Scottish parliamentary election must serve as a de facto referendum. Some might ask me, why not this upcoming general election? Well, because whether we like it or not, polling has shown that the vast majority of people voting in this election are not voting on the basis of independence. They're voting to kick out the Tories at all costs. And trust me, they have my sympathy. But that is why the 2026 Holyrood election is the best opportunity we have. We must compel the leaders of independent supporting parties to acknowledge the 2020 election as a de facto referendum. And if they don't, we must demand that they offer an equally decisive alternative or step aside for those who will. We cannot afford more hesitation. We need direction. we need purpose, and most of all, we need to take decisive action. Look, I recognise there are challenges with a de facto, but what it will do is serve as a powerful declaration of our collective will. It will force the issue not only onto the national agenda, but also onto the international one, and ensure our voices are heard all across the world. It is an opportunity to unite us all under a common singular cause, to galvanise our movement and to channel our efforts towards a clear and attainable goal. But look folks, the era of half measures is over. The time for decisive action is now. So I call upon all of you to rise up, speak up, and not ask but demand our rightful independence. So let the 2026 election be our decisive vote for national freedom. This is our moment to assert our right to self-determination and to shape our own future. For Scotland, for our future and for generations to come, let us seize the moment and use this election as an opportunity to declare and secure our independence. Thank you for all being here today. I have never given a public speech, so I'm sorry if it was a bit crap, but thank you, and let us march onwards to victory. Cheers.
Well, that was a great bow, wasn't it? For speech. Very articulate. Our movement's in good hands with young men like Alex at the helm. Now, our next speaker is David McHutcheon, who is the leader of the Sovereignty Party, a party that was formed on the 700th anniversary of the Declaration of Arbroath, the signing of the Declaration of Arbroath in 2020. He is one of those parties that Alex Gill referred to that are waiting in the breach, and if the established parties do not answer the call, then I'm sure that a patriotic party such as Sovereignty will fill that vacuum. So a big indie welcome for David McHutcheon of Sovereignty.
On behalf of Sovereignty, allow me first to express my appreciation to the organising committee and all those involved in facilitating today's march. And thank you for demonstrating that far from being extinguished, the cause of independence burns like a fire in the hearts of the Scottish people. Compatriots, on the 17th of February 2008, the Assembly of Kosovo unilaterally declared independence from the Republic of Serbia. The declaration began with these words: "We, the democratically elected leaders of our people, hereby declare Kosovo to be an independent and sovereign state." Now, you or I may have no strong particular feelings about Kosovan independence. You will be forgiven for not having given it much thought. But there was one actor that had given it a huge amount of thought. The British government, ex-Prime Minister Gordon Brown, notorious secessionist that he is, counselled Serbia to accommodate the legitimate desire of the Kosovan people for independence. The day after the declaration, Britain's top diplomat in Pristina met with the President and the Prime Minister to offer his support. It took the UK all of 1 day to complete the essential processes involved in recognising Kosovo as an independent state. And the UK wasn't finished. In the years that followed, the UK would go to the International Court of Justice and argue that international law contains no prohibition against declarations of independence as such. It averred that international law condemns neither rebellion nor secession. It contended that the renunciation of sovereignty by a parent state has never been regarded as a condition for the recognition of secession. And it reminded The Hague that declarations of independence are the main means by which new states come into existence. So, if the British state holds unilateral declarations of independence in such high regard, then I ask you, my friends, who are we to disagree? But that was a Labour government. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe the Tories don't hold self-determination in such high esteem. Well, you would be wrong. Just a few months ago, a junior Tory minister told the Commons that the UK government will always protect and promote the right of self-determination of the Falkland Islanders. Another junior minister vowed to protect the right of the people of Gibraltar to determine their own political future, while a Tory peer has stated that the right to self-determination may be counted among the UK's fundamental values. But if you're standing here today and you're unconvinced about this UDI thing, then there's one person who I know whose words cannot help to dissuade you. And I'm talking, of course, of Margaret Thatcher. For it was Margaret Thatcher that wrote these words: I'm standing up for the right of self-determination. I'm standing up for international law. These are in her memoirs. I'm standing up for small territories and people the world over. If the UK government believes in self-determination and in unilateral declarations of independence, then who are we to disagree? Now, we have been, as a party, as sovereignty, we have been critical of the SNP for going cap in hand to the UK government and to the UK Supreme Court, scrounging for our ancient liberties. Repeatedly being told no is not a strategy. But I will say this for the SNP. At least we know now where we stand. For it is now clear to all that there is no parliamentary or judicial route to independence that runs through the streets of Westminster. With the UK, we affirm that nations possess an inalienable right to self-determination. So I have one final question for you. Since when was self-determination something that you expected others to do on your behalf? Surely the time has come for Scotland to take matters into its own hands. There is much that our forebears have done to keep Scottish culture and tradition alive in the face of beltings for speaking the Gaelic in the schools and the ethnic cleansing of the Scottish Highlands. Continue to keep our history and our heritage alive. Play your part in forming resilient Scottish neighbourhoods and homes. And if you're able, bring future generations of young Scots into the world. But if we hold our legacy in right regard, may be said of us that we despised no adversity, so that future generations of Scots might live in freedom. Independence is the proper inheritance of a righteous people. May we be counted worthy of it.
Great speech there for David. Absolutely and utterly underlining the historic hypocrisy of the British government's attitude towards self-determination. It suits them when it's in the interest of British imperialism to actually recognise small nations that are doing their bidding. But they will never, ever, ever use those same criteria when it comes to a country like Scotland. They rely on us far too much. And we should give a hearty round of applause to David McHutcheon for actually reminding us of that. Now our next speaker is again speaking in a personal capacity, a young independence activist. Put your hands together for Sean Davis.
There's nothing I can say about the previous speakers apart from, they were great. and the fact that there's not much really I can say much better than them. However, the independence movement is not about politicians and personalities. Your Alex Salmon, your Nicola Sturgeon, John Swinney and co. What we need to do is have a movement where we put the people towards it. We need to stop the bickering online, because that's what all we seem to do is bicker against each other. Everyone here is united, but online they're not. They're too busy SNP Alba. What we need to do is stop it. Go to the polls on the 4th of July and listen to what John Swinney said, that he would start with our independence discussions. We need to put our trust in him this once. If not, remember, they work for us. We don't work for them. So what we need to do is unite like the Bruce did here at Bannockburn, and win our independence. If not, many of us are going to die off. I had a friend who sadly passed away the other day there, who was a lifelong independence activist and was hoping to see our independence come before she died. What we need to do in her memory and every other person's memory about the people that have sadly passed away is keep fighting. Now, what do we want? When do we want it? So what we need to do is put Scotland before party. Thank you.
Caught me by surprise there. It was quite a short speech. If only all the speakers were like that. But there you go. Our next speaker is John Forbes, and he's actually going to be speaking to us on a major issue that actually deserves much more prominence. And that is the question of free ports. This is the question of the stealthy privatisation of Scotland under Great Britain PLC. This is what we've got to look forward to. So I'll hand over, give a big indie welcome to John Forbes.
Hello, right, where do I start? Free ports, SEZs, city deals. 3 separate titles, basically one meaning. Now, the politicians will tell you they're green, they're not. The politicians will tell you they're of economic benefit to Scotland, they're not. They'll say that we can rejoin the EU, we can't. Free ports in their current state won't allow it. They'll say that the free ports in Scotland are different to the ones in England. They're not. So what we've seen in England is exactly what's coming to Scotland. Now, Scotland has 2 free ports, Inverness and Commerty Firth, and the 4th estuary free ports. It is currently 2 SEZs, one in Aberdeen in North East, and the other in Glasgow. Now, to speak about the scale of these things, I'm going to talk about 2. I'm going to talk about the Glasgow SEZ, and I'm going to talk about the 4th estuary Freeport. Now, the 4th estuary Freeport, if you know Fife, starts at Kirkcaldy Port. It then goes to Burn Island Port, Methil Port, Rosyth, Dockyard, Crombie Point, Mossmoran, Brayfoot, up around the coast to Grangemouth Port, the refinery that is now going to be a hub when it closes, Edinburgh Airport, Turnhouse, Leith Docks, Leith Port. It goes as far south as Musselburgh and as far north as Kinross. It engulfs Falkirk and Grangemouth. The Glasgow SEZ, now that starts in both North and South Lanarkshire and finishes in Western Bartonshire. It then connects on to Ayrshire. Ayrshire is a city deal. If I jump back to Fife, Kinross ends as a free port, and Dundee, Perth start as a city deal. So, basically, it's privatisation through the back door. I heard one gentleman suggesting today, too late. No, it's not. Because what Salvo has done is sent a letter to every single one of these private companies that what they're doing is theft of sovereign, our assets. So they can do what they like, and they think they can get away with it, but in actual fact they can't. Now, some of these contracts, they last for 25 years. Now, many of us won't see the end of it, so we have to fight against them, not for ourselves, but for our children and their children, because it's them that will be affected by these. Now, the Free Ports Agreement was done in 2022 in relation between the Scottish and Westminster. If I go back to the 4th Estuary Free Ports, the top table of management consists of a bulk of private companies and 2 councillors. In the second box, in an advisory role, you have Westminster and the Scottish Government. There's areas of Scotland that are under the control of Westminster. Now, what we can do about it is we can hold our elected representatives to task and ask them why are they telling us one story when in actual fact it's another. Why are they pretending that they care about Greensmouth when they know they can do nothing about it? And why are they complicit with the land grabbing and asset stripping in Scotland when they're meant to be parties of independence? And I'll end it there, and thank you very much.
Caught me by surprise there again. Now, our final speaker for today is Lynn Jamieson. And Lynn Jamieson is the National Chair of Scottish CND. And it's particularly relevant that she should end this today's rally. Because the fact of the matter is, I mean, I come from the Arbroath area. There's been a lot of concern over the last few days about military exercises with Chinook helicopters that are running in and out of Royal Marine Condor up in Arbroath. A lot of increasing fears that we might actually get drawn into war. Now, the reality is that we're actually under the rule of a warmongering government. That's all that we can actually expect from this government is war. They're talking about conscription, and they are serious. It might not seem that serious, but potentially it is very, very serious. And I didn't need to remind anybody that we are actually on the nuclear front line. They've now basically reintroduced nuclear warheads into Scotland and into Britain from America. Those will be under the control of US imperialism, not under our control. So this issue is fundamental. I cannot for the life of me understand why the peace movement is not getting bigger and why the independence movement is not leading a campaign to actually underline the real dangers that are facing Scotland. And I hope that people will give Lynn Jamieson a hearing on this issue, because this is fundamental. We are reaching very dangerous waters under the stewardship of Great Britain PLC. So give a big indie welcome to Lynn Jamieson, the final speaker for today's rally.
Thank you, thank you. So, Scottish Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament has been around since the 1950s. I'm sure some of you are members, some of you have been members and maybe are not anymore. I'm asking you to rejoin, or at least, even if you've got no money, don't want to give any money to anything, look at our website, just Google Scottish CND, and then you can sign up for nothing on our mailing list. As the introducer and the organisers have said, this is a very real issue. In 2013, Scottish CND at an annual general meeting agreed to support the Yes campaign because getting an independent Scotland is the best way to get rid of nuclear weapons from Scotland. We are playing host to those weapons basically against our will. They are, as you know, based on the Clyde Estuary at Fastlane and Coolport. And if we were an independent Scotland, we could immediately sign the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, a UN treaty that half of the states of the world are signing up to because they've got fed up with the nuclear states carrying on modernising their weapons and claiming My might is my right. It doesn't matter if I obliterate half the world, I'm going to have this big bomb. They are no longer prepared to tolerate that kind of nonsense, and they want to bring about a nuclear-free world. And an independent Scotland would immediately have a UN treaty to back them up in disarming the Trident submarines and getting rid of the weapons from Scotland, and they would have literally nowhere else to go, because there's nowhere else in the United Kingdom with the kind of base that they have at the moment, which involves great big bunkers under the ground at Coalport for storing the bombs, as well as the deep water port at Fastlane. There's nowhere like that in the United Kingdom, so we would be disarming the United Kingdom from its nuclear weapons. And that is a really strategic, important role that Scotland could play for the benefit of the whole world. And we could then face the world for peace, for justice, instead of for mass death and destruction and ecological catastrophe. And the money that we're squandering on nuclear weapons could go into the just transition, the green jobs, the work that really needs to be done in making people have better, decent, fairer lives in Scotland. So don't take your eye off the ball with the nuclear issue. When you are voting, think about the nuclear issue. If you don't vote carefully, you'll let in a candidate that supports nuclear weapons. At the moment, we can hold our head up in Scotland and say the overwhelming majority of our MPs have pledged to support the treaty on the prohibition of nuclear weapons. They've actually signed up to it through our work. But that work will be undone if we vote in a crowd of people who do not take that view and will support nuclear weapons. And I have to say, majority UK parties not only support nuclear weapons, they support nuclear power. And the two are still very interlinked. The one industry needs the other to prop it up. So just watch out. Think about this issue when you vote. Thank you.
Very timely reminder there. This issue should be front and centre of the independence movement. Get Scotland off the front line. Turn Scotland into the threat of a good example. Turn Scotland into the new Geneva. Switzerland has basically moved away from being the arbiters of peace in the world. And that's a gig that Scotland, an independent Scotland, should be taking up. That's the words I would actually use, or the sentiments I would actually make in closing today's event. Now, it's been a brawy event. You know, we're all those absent friends that are in Cologne representing Scotland in a wonderful manner have missed out a wee bit. Maybe a few of them are watching on Indie Live. But it just leaves me to say that we'll maybe see many of you, hopefully all of you, up in Elgin in August the 3rd. We're looking forward to that demonstration, and we'll see you again as well in September in Edinburgh. Make no mistake about it, all under one banner are going nowhere. We will continue organising and attempting to represent the smart folk of Scotland, because that's who we represent. Bugger the political parties. This is not a political issue. This is about the people of Scotland. So Sor Alba, Scotland, a free or a desert. See yous in Elgin. Cheers.
Is that Sunday Live?
It is, it is. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Will you be on YouTube tonight?
Yeah, it's there now.
Tell me, what's your name?
I'm Jerry.
Oh, right. See the boy actually.
Yeah, you're on now, is that alright?
Yeah, only for a minute. The guy who organises it.
Hold on. Well, 1, 2, 3. I'll just take it up a wee bit there. You can hear us now.
I'd rather you do.
Alright, I can talk to you a minute. I'm just finishing off, right? Okay. So that's just to say goodbye. From Jerry here. Hold on. Okay, cheerio. Bye.